Creating a sales avatar. The easy way for the rest of us. Most, if not all, marketing experts will tell you you need a customer avatar, something that is a representation of your best customer, and then they mostly throw out lots of possible attributes that you could consider. But unless you're already on the same wavelength, you sometimes don't get their message. That's because they are starting in the wrong place. The assumption they make is that you have already targeted a single type of customer, that you only deal with a single unified group when you may have no control over who comes to you to buy. They talk about who is your best client, and you're thinking, on which day? They talk about identifying their attributes when you're still trying to figure out who or what they're talking about. And let's you and I try a different approach. What kind of people have the problem that you solve? If you can solve several problems, then follow these steps for each one. At the end, we'll narrow it down again to a manageable size. Thinking of a problem that you solve, how old are the people who have that problem? Old, young, or middle-aged? And do the different age groups have different needs? Now, each time you identify a subgroup, it means that you have identified another avatar you need to complete to be able to compose a message that resonates with that section of your target market. Are they single? In a relationship? Are they parents? Did they adopt, or are they childless? Do they make the buying decision, or does someone else, a parent or a boss, for example? And what does their life look like? Do they struggle, or are they well off? Do they take regular vacations or not? Are their children at private school or any school? Or do they homeschool? What educational level have they achieved? Where do they live? What hobbies and non-work activities do they have? What kind of work do they do? And which online sites do they visit? And when do they do all of that? What language do they use? Now, by that I don't mean English or Mandarin. I mean the language they actually use. Hello or howdy, yes or yeah. Your Rolls Royce has lost compression in one of the cylinders, or looks like you've blown a gasket, buddy. What is it about the problem that causes them grief, and what would fix that for them? How is your solution the best one for them? And how do you say that in the kind of language that they use? And where and when do you deliver your message? Well, obviously to places that they are at, both on and offline. Think of where they live, work and commute. Where do they do those non-work activities you identified earlier? Which gym or hobby activity centre, or even which bar do they visit? What media do they read, listen to or watch? And which websites do they visit? And when are they at each of those places? Your business may not need all of those categories, or you may have others. Contemplate who has the problem that you solve, what is their lifestyle, where are they, and when are they there, and you'll be able to develop your own targeted and powerful customer avatar. Follow these guidelines for each type of problem you solve, and for each type of customer that you solve each problem for. So for example, once for parents, once for single people, if your market has a split like that. Maybe once for young people who have a specific problem, and once for middle-aged people with the same problem. Start thinking about the problem you solve, who has that kind of problem, and then split that group into smaller groups as you identify different needs. Continue refining and identifying subgroups until you have identified all of them that you can. Now, most people watch TV at home, but that doesn't mean you use everyone's home address as a factor. That would give you lots of groups, each with only one member. Instead, just acknowledge that this person is at home and relate when they are there, what media they're exposed to, and in your message use language suitable for your market while they're at home. Here are a couple of examples to help you get started. Young, single people typically buy clothes that look good unless the purchase is work-related. New parents might be more interested in comfort and how easy clothes are to keep clean. Some people want to impress others by arriving in a luxury two-seater sports car, maybe a European import. Others may want a vehicle capable of carrying more than 5 people because they've got a large family to transport. Start with the problem, in these examples, clothes and cars, and what motivates each subgroup to buy. As a general rule, people buy to impress, to have fun, to look after their family better, or to achieve a specific practical outcome. Use these as guides to identify your subgroups. Who do they want to impress? What fun can they have with what you sell? How do their family and friends benefit? What practical outcome can you deliver when they use your product? Can you see that by focusing on your market and what problem you solve for them and why they have that problem and what it would mean to them if you fixed it, that you can quickly identify your sales channels and generate an avatar for each of them? If you only have one avatar at this point, then you finished and well done. It's time to start composing specific messages that will resonate with each group. If you have more than one avatar, then you have a little more work to do. A business can't be all things to all people. You already know that you can't send out a general message and hope it resonates with someone, and now you have more than one avatar. Each one will require its own specific message. Now it's time to maximize your return on investment. In this case, the investment of your time. Do you have more than one avatar that would respond to the same message? Do they have problems that have similar solutions? Do they attend the same places at the same times? Can you merge them as far as marketing and promotion is concerned? For example, professional and amateur athletes have similar needs in some cases. Understanding that to be successful, you will need to deliver a meaningful message for each avatar or sales channel. Now you need to think about the time and effort each potential sales channel will take from you and what the relative return is likely to be. Which avatars deliver the most business to you? Which are the most profitable? Are there avatars that do not deliver profitable business? If so, stop paying to advertise to them. Filter out the low or no profit avatars from your business. Focus on those that pay their own way. That's where you receive higher profits for the same, similar or less effort. It doesn't necessarily mean you turn others away if they ask for your help. It just means that you stop paying to advertise or promote your business to them. Now, if you're a tradesperson, then perhaps you might decide to only focus on new builds or only maintenance. If you decide on maintenance, then you might focus on a particular type of client, 1 or 2 landlords that each have multiple properties, or real estate agents who arrange work for their rent roll, or property speculators who buy, repair and flip property. Medical practitioners might align with a hospital, a research organisation, an elite sports group or professional team, or establish their own practice. If you're in retail, then you might focus on the teenage market, on business people or tradespeople, depending upon what you sell and what your avatar exercise has discovered. Which avatars are just not worth the effort to you? How much time and funding do you have to promote your business? Only encourage high worth avatars. Keep taking the low profit avatars away until you can handle the time, effort and funding required to properly deliver your message to the remaining markets via the remaining sales channels, or avatars. It may be that you end up back with only one avatar. Well, that's okay. It gives you a place to start. And the other avatars give you the basics of an expansion plan once your business is trading comfortably in your chosen area. Or it may be that you've identified a number of high profit avatars. That's great too. You just have to be able to deliver the right message to each one to cut through their RAS and educate them about what it is that you do that's best for them. Now, if you follow the process, then by now you know who your best avatar is and everything you need to know to be able to successfully market to them. All you need is the message. Now let's look at that next.